Are you happy?
I'm very, very happy.
What is the source of your happiness?
Angel's Landing today and the Arizona Trail for the last month and a half. This makes me a very happy person.
And if you had one message for the entire world, what would it be?
Things are better now than they ever have been. And the second part of that is I'm not insane.
Tell me a little bit more about that. What do you mean by that?
Everyone thinks the world is as bad as it's ever been. Oh, we're suffering. Oh, like this. But the reality is, if you went back even 100 years, you'd be begging to come back here. Life is good now.
So I posted that short interview online, and as of today, it's gotten over 1.5 million views, which is pretty insane. So I wanted to tell the story about how I met this person. For the last year, I've been making a documentary where I travel around the world and ask everyone I meet if they're happy.
Are you happy?
Oh, I'm extremely happy.
I don't know what it is, but while shooting this documentary, so many random strangers have just invited me into their homes.
You want to come to my house?
Yes, do you live far from here?
It happened here.
Thank you for coming.
Glad to be here.
Here.
Good to meet you, Dave.
Same here, man.
How are you?
I'm good.
And a couple weeks ago, it happened again, and I just ran with it.
Somebody messaged me asking me to come to Utah, so I'm here now.
I made a whole video about that experience, which you could see here. But after I left his house, I didn't go back home.
Happy guy.
In fact, I decided I would travel from Utah to California and interview people along the way. And that was the first step that led me to this man, who goes by Tinker.
What's your name?
My name is Tinker.
Which actually isn't his real name.
My real name is Mike.
But we'll get to that in just a second. Because the way I found Tinker was actually through randomly meeting this kite surfing community.
I'm somewhere in Utah, I'm not really sure where, but as I was driving I saw these huge kites in the sky. So I peeled off on the side of the road, came down these rocks, and asked the people here if they were happy, and their answers were pretty profound. Check it out. The question I ask everybody for this documentary I'm making is, are you happy?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What makes you happy?
Just enjoying my time out here, being in the sun, being in the water, flying a kite. Yeah, I enjoy it.
What makes you happy?
Lots of things. Kiting, family, love, good food, good sex, good drinks, good sunsets, all sorts of things. Yeah.
What is your role in the kite community?
Oh, I don't know. They call me the mayor of this place. Just like one of those sports, when you're out there, you forget about everything else, right? You focus on just that, you forget about all your other cares, and you're just one with the wind and the water.
Hearing about his relationship to kite surfing reminded me of my passion for hiking. So right after I met them, I got in my car to go see the amazing, beautiful national parks of Utah. So my first stop was Arches National Park, and I got there right before the sunrise, and man.
So are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy. Do I look at you or the camera?
You can look at me.
Sorry, keep messing up that. Yes, I would say I am super happy.
Okay, what makes you happy?
Well, right now I'm happy because I'm totally grounded in nature and the planet and the world. So I think feeling one of something so much bigger makes me feel very fulfilled and happy.
Nice. And if you had one message for the entire world, what would it be?
That's a great question. Trust in yourself. I think that's what I would say.
Love it. And are you happy?
Can't you tell? Yes.
What makes you happy?
I think in a place like this, you just have a better sense of the fact that you're on a planet, you know?
Yeah.
It's feeling very small, but in a good way.
And if you had one message for the entire world, what would it be?
Gratitude. Be grateful. Take a deep breath.
Are you happy?
I am. Very happy.
What makes you happy?
I mean, I think we're lucky to be alive, given everything that's going on, and just look around us. The beauty is just breathtaking.
And
Can't complain.
if you had a message for the entire world, what would it be?
I mean, we've gotten through worse things as a species. I think we can get through this, but only together. So be kind to each other, and I think we can get through this.
I got some amazing interviews at Arches National Park. While I was enjoying the view, in the background I just heard this kid scream, "Wow, this is the best view ever!" I immediately related to that childlike excitement about something. So I asked him if he was happy, and this is what he said. Yeah. Amazing. Would you mind if I ask you a question for a documentary I'm making here?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead. So the question is, are you happy?
Of course I'm happy. I'm happy. Wait, do I have to answer why I'm happy?
No, the question was, are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy.
What makes you happy?
Traveling with my family, and because of COVID, I've not been able to do that much. And now that I can travel, I love it. And because I love hiking, we just got to do so much hiking, trekking. I love climbing rocks, and all of this makes me really happy. And I got over 300 photos for Instagram, so I'm really happy. Instagram's gonna blow up soon, so yeah, I'm happy.
What's your Instagram?
OllieManager_123.
Okay.
Make sure to follow.
What would you say to somebody who is struggling to be happy?
I would say always try to think positive in the toughest times, because no matter what's happening, if you think about it, there's always some good outcome coming from it.
Very wise. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
I'm happy I get to be in a documentary. Woo!
While I was traveling, I posted a snippet of his interview online, and it went viral. People started a worldwide hashtag follow Ollie. So if you're watching this, make sure to go shoot him a follow and let him know where you came from. After that video went viral, it inspired me to look for even more people hiking at these beautiful national parks. So the next stop would be Angel's Landing, and man, it did not disappoint. Okay, are you happy?
Yes,
Sure.
of
Yeah.
course.
What makes you happy?
Achieving challenge. I mean, doing challenges, achieving the goals. This is like
It's amazing.
from a tiny one to a huge one. This is
Yeah.
one of them.
Where are you guys from?
Russia.
Oh, very cool. Privet. If you had one message for the entire world, what would it be?
Don't be afraid.
Would you say you are happy?
Yeah, I guess so. How could you not be in a place like this?
Yeah. If you had one message for the entire world, what would it be?
Be excellent to each other.
Great. That's awesome. And party on.
Have you, in your life, struggled with happiness? And
yeah, absolutely. Sure.
How did you overcome it?
Try to please other people, right? Thinking that's going to make you happy. And you should do what makes you happy, and the right people will come into your life because of that.
And if you had one message for the entire world, what would it be?
Life's a garden, dig it. That's my quote. I say that to everybody. Life's a garden, dig it.
What about you, man? Are you happy?
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, dude, I'm always happy. Well, for a while I wasn't. So I came out as bi, 3 months ago now? 2.5 months, 3 months ago now? So, like ever since, fourth, fifth grade, I knew that about myself, and I'm 24, you know what I mean? So it was a struggle. I got a great job, great people surrounded me, and you can't beat this, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm happy, dude. Life's good. I'm just kind of living it.
While I was on the trail, I saw this bearded man coming down. Would you mind if I ask you a question for a documentary I'm making?
Oh, for sure. I love documentaries.
And I just got in his way, and I stopped him. And this is how that went down.
Everyone thinks the world is as bad as it's ever been. Oh, we're suffering. Oh, like this. But the reality is, if you went back even 100 years, you'd be begging to come back here. Life is good now.
I totally agree. Last question is, what piece of advice would you give to somebody who's struggling to find happiness in their own life?
Oh, wow. That is such a difficult question. All I would be able to do is just sit down and talk to them, mostly listen. And I might get some sense of what's bothering them. And then from that, maybe I could give some examples from my own life. But I couldn't give you just a generic answer.
Great. What's your name?
My name is Tinker.
Tinker. Theo. So good to meet you.
Tinker is my trail name.
Okay.
My real name is Mike.
How do you get trail names?
I hike on the Appalachian Trail for at least a month, and
okay.
At the end of that period of time, you will have a trail name.
Oh, wow.
If you haven't already decided on your own trail name.
Okay. Well, Tinker, so good to meet you.
Yeah, I want to know what Tinker means or how you got that name.
Tinker is, Tinker is someone who, like in the mid-1800s or something, they went from town to town, and they were like traveling repairmen.
Oh, okay.
And I've become a hiker, and I used to be an engineer, so Tinker seemed pretty good.
I like it.
And tinker is a verb. I tinker with things.
Okay.
Since a young age. So I took that as a trail name. I went out and said, what do you think? Should I be Gandalf? And they said no. And I said, well, what about the wizard? And they said, uh-uh. And I said, how about Tinker? And then everyone laughed.
Okay.
And I knew that was the good answer.
And where did you start on the trail?
You start hiking, you mean?
Yeah.
I started on the Appalachian Trail.
Okay.
And I did 200 miles, and I loved it so much that I retired from my job forever, and went out and hiked the full length of the Appalachian Trail.
Wow.
Up from Georgia up to Maine.
Wow.
And it's an awesome and wonderful adventure. It's pain and joy. The trail is pain and joy, and something more than either of those two things. And I wouldn't give up a single pain.
That's amazing.
2 years later, after that, that was 2016, I went out and did the Pacific Crest Trail.
Mm.
I attempted it in 2017, but I could not do it. Too much snow that year. And this year I attempted the Arizona Trail, just a little bigger trail. And there was so little water with the drought they have out here now. So little water that I could do only about 450 miles of it. So next year I hope to go out to the Appalachian Trail for my second hike. And I'd say one more thing on the subject of happiness is that if you can get to your 70s in good health, you will be extremely happy. This is a great time of life. Nobody told me what a party it was going to be. Freaking party. But there's a catch, and if you're in bad health, it's not a party. And so I should know. And if someone asks you, is it fun? The answer is no, it is not fun. Fun is what you have at a theme park. You know, if you want that, okay. A long distance hike is much richer than fun.
So good to meet you.
So that was my interview with Tinker. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm currently still traveling, getting interviews from people all over the country. So make sure to subscribe to see more Are You Happy interviews. And if you want to see the full uncut interviews from this episode, click on any one of these videos.